It's your boy Glenn coming to you for the win. Yep. And I'm back with another video, you guys. What's up, my travel squad? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Before we get into this video, I would like for all of you guys who watch this video but are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. Hit that bell to turn on the post notifications, and let's join the travel crew. Let's get it. We only going up from here, gaining altitude. You feel me? And in addition to all of you guys, make sure you guys check out crewescape.com. Once again, check out the Instagrams at Crew Escape. Check out the travel group on Facebook, Crew Escape Travel Group. This is for like-minded individuals who love to travel. You feel me? You get a lot of information going on with there. And shop crewescape.com, you know what I'm saying? When you go there, go ahead and shop, get something. You got the like hats and shirts and everything like that. And for those of you who are wondering, because when I did have this on the site, this travel-based shirt may be making an appearance maybe sometime this year, maybe next year, early in the year, or maybe not. But a lot of people do love these travel-based shirts, and I did used to have it on the Crew Escape website before I decided to do a whole remodeling, rebranding thing. But these might be coming back since they're very popular. So if you guys want to check this out, comment down below if you want me to bring back the Travel Bay shirts, and I will do that, you dig. Now, back to this video, which is going to be the assumptions that you all have about flight attendants. Cue the intro. Alright, you guys, so I have happened to be able to come up with a few of these. So many few that it turned out to be more than a few, and it turned out to be a lot. And this is all before I asked people on my Instagram, which I just did as I was getting this video prepared. So if you want to contribute to that, go ahead and comment on my Instagram. It is I'm Glenn Win, just like my YouTube. I am GLENNWIN. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, which is the same thing. I'm Glenn Win. See how I'm keeping this simple for you guys? You feel me? So go ahead and follow me on my social networks, and go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and keep them coming, because this is clearly going to be a few videos, not just this one. If not a few, then two. I'm only going to do a few of the questions in this video, and I'll have a part 2 coming soon, if not the next video, just to keep things going and not to make this video entirely too long. So let's get right into it. First assumption that has come to mind: we as flight attendants are always tired. Well, I'm gonna take my... You're right. And you know what? You may not be right. I'm not gonna say that we're always tired. I'll just say that going up and down on a plane all day long, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, going to different time zones, getting in different cities, different climates, I'll just say we're jet lagged. And actually, shoot, it's long days. We do get tired. So mixing jet lag with tiredness, yeah, that assumption is correct. We do get tired. It's not, I'm not saying it's difficult, but it's a lot, and it's long days. So there you go, we do get tired. This assumption reads, we hate other airlines flight attendants. That is false. That is false. I love other airline flight attendants because they know exactly what we're going through. Just because we have a different title on it, we're still doing the same job. You know what I'm saying? I have plenty of friends that I've met and I've known prior to any of us being flight attendants that work for other airlines, and those are still my people to this day. I've even helped and encouraged some of my friends to go apply for these other airlines because they see the life that I lead and they want to be a part of it. So I help anyone who has a desire or an itch to become a flight attendant become one, no matter the airline. Yeah, I get along with everyone in other airlines so far that I've met. I have no issues with anyone personally, and I can almost guarantee I can vouch for darn near everyone who is a flight attendant. The only thing that we do is pour drinks and hand out snacks. Oh, so you mean to tell me that I'm just a glorified waiter? I just get to give the stuff in the air? I just get to here you go. Well, yes, I do get to do that, but no, that is not all we do. We are your safety professionals. We are your safety professionals. Anything that we do in the air, that service stuff, that's just the tiniest part of our job. I mean, it's the most repetitive because that's all that you see. But we are trained. We are your firemen in the air. We are your police in the air. We are your doctors in the air before we page for the doctors in the air. Those are all the things that we do and that we have in our back pocket because of extensive training. So if that's all you see and that's all you want to think, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to become a flight attendant, then don't just think that that's all you're going to do, because there are going to be times when you're in your flights and there's going to be other things that happen. Another assumption is that we seem to like our job. Well, if you've seen any of my videos prior to this one, you tell me. Comment down below. Comment down below if I like my job. What do you think? Heck yeah, we like our job. To be completely honest, it's fun. You get to travel. You get to meet new people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that you're exposed to with this job that you're not usually exposed to if you had a 9-to-5 doing the same mundane thing every single day. So yes, majority of us do like our jobs. And for the few who sign on and get hired and don't like the job, they don't last very long. And I've seen it myself. Another assumption is we have a special person in every city that we go to. I touched on this in one of my previous videos. That is absolutely not true for the majority of us. I can't speak on everyone, but for the majority of us, we do not have a special person in every city. Do you know how difficult that would be to keep up with in general? But outside of that, no. The majority of us do not have a special person in every city. Some of us are married, a lot of us are in relationships, and some of them are in relationships with other flight attendants, which have the same access and the same job that you do. So no, it just doesn't happen like that. I'm sorry if you wanted to have that fantasy. Maybe if you become a flight attendant, you can do that and live out that fantasy, but majority of us don't do that. Next assumption is you are broke during training and throughout your first couple months while you're on the line. That, I would have to say, for the majority of people, it can be true. For me, it was. And the reason why is because I didn't save properly, because I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I was going into training. Even though my training was paid, it wasn't a lot. And even though they gave you a little stipend for some food, it still didn't cover but about like 3 meals. So for those airlines who don't even pay you for training, or they don't even pay your way to get the training, then, you know what I'm saying, and then the person didn't save up properly, or you don't have another person bringing in income, like if you're married and your spouse isn't bringing in income for you, then yes, you can start off being in a struggle. And yeah, that was me. I'm not gonna lie, I went through training and I was like, okay, I gotta really like put my mind together how I'm gonna survive through this. And then you get on the line, like finally I'm on the line, I can make some real money. And then you realize you don't get paid. Well, back how it used to be when I was first starting out, we didn't get paid but until the next other check and something like that, because it's like through the months or whatever. That's since changed, but still, yeah, it can be a struggle. Another assumption is that we prejudge our passengers as they walk on the plane. You're darn skippy we do. And it's not just because you walk on the plane, it's mainly the reaction to how we greet you. You know, it's our duty to greet everyone as they walk on a plane, and we do it with a smile. So if we say, hey, how you doing? Hey, good morning. Hi, welcome aboard. And you have your headphones in and don't even acknowledge that you see us, or even worse, you look right at us and just keep walking without saying anything. Oh yeah, you better believe we got some stuff going in our minds like, okay, so this person did this, because we remember these things. We know your face and we see you. So when we're walking down the aisle, we know and recognize your face once we realize where your seat is. So, you know, start off the day with loving energy. Like, we love when people come on the plane with a big smile and saying, hey, good morning, how are you? You know, simple things like that. We greet you, you get us, you get on our plane, we have a great flight, let's go, it's lit. Like, I love when I have those, like, for real. It really does change the mood and make our job even more enjoyable. All right, this one's funny because I see it a lot. This assumption is that we hate to pour Diet Cokes. Oh Lord, you're absolutely right. We cannot stand pouring Diet Cokes. Not because it's a Diet Coke, okay? That's actually one of the most popular drinks that we have to pour. The reason being is that when you pour a Diet Coke, the fizz fizzles up. It takes a very long time to fizzle down. Like, you could literally I usually, when I'm pouring drinks, I start with the Diet Coke, make some other drinks, and then come back to it before I go hand all the drinks out, because it really takes that long to fill it down, and then you gotta like pour more until it gets to a respectable level for our customer to drink. So yeah, we don't hate it. We just know that it takes the longest to get ready. So like if you're on a short flight and you're in the aisle and someone orders a Diet Coke, you know that drink's gonna take a minute to make. So we're just kind of like, okay, I'm trying to speed through this so everyone on the plane gets a drink, but then the Diet Coke slows us down, you know? So that's what that problem is. The next assumption is we know all of the other flight attendants. You know, I can't tell you how many people that I know ask me if I know so-and-so because they work at my airline. There's a few problems with this. One, there's like hundreds of people at each individual base. So even if they're based in my base, there's a strong chance I'm not gonna know them. Two, there's other bases with hundreds of people in it. So even if you say, oh yeah, they're Atlanta based and you're always in Atlanta, do you know someone? No. In Atlanta, there's still hundreds of people there. And yeah, strictly speaking for my company, there's over 25,000 flight attendants, or at least people in the system. Majority flight attendants. So, with that being said, no, we do not know all of the other flight attendants that work for our company, let alone all the other flight attendants in general, because there's flight attendants for all these other companies as well. Next assumption is we don't have college degrees. Y'all see this? Y'all know why I'm smiling? Because if you watched any of my previous videos, which I suggest you guys do, you would know that I myself went to the University of California at Santa Barbara and graduated in 4 years, got my degree, had a great time. It was the #1 party school when I was there, and it was it was top 5 academically when I was there too. So I went there, did my thing, partied, had a great time, and graduated. But yeah, that's a huge assumption. There's a lot of flight attendants who have degrees on very elevated levels of education, and we just either they've worked their full career job and this is their retirement job, or we did what we had to do in college and we just knew that deep down in our hearts we wanted to get paid to travel. That's me. I wanted to get paid to travel. What better way to do it than be a flight attendant? Especially when I get to my destination, I'm no longer working, I'm just chilling. So yeah, let's get it. Don't assume that. We are educated as well. And to end this first video about the assumptions off, this is a question, or this is an assumption that we hear about all the time, and it's that flight attendants date the pilots. Well, I can't say that's entirely not true, because there are some who do date the pilots. There's some date and or hook up. I'm gonna use those interchangeably. There are some who date the pilots. There are some who hook up with pilots. There are some who have married pilots. But the majority of us don't even have nothing to do with them outside of working that trip, going to the layover, working another trip. And honestly, we don't even keep the same pilots on the trips. So I'm about to say majority, that assumption is false, but there are some who do have some of those relations, but it's a very small percentage. So you guys, that's gonna be the end of this particular video. This is just the first video of the assumptions. Like I said, I found a few more, and a few more meaning a few more than I thought would be a few. And I recently just added it onto my Instagram for other people to chime in on whatever you guys think that flight attendants have, whatever assumptions that you guys have about flight attendants. So feel free to chime in on there, ask away, and or mention away, so I can see if I can get it into one of the future videos upcoming. And without further ado, after you guys subscribe and turn on the post notifications, I have to let you know that my travel crew, I love you, and you have reached Glenn. Holla back at me again. Peace.